Guilty, Paul Newman regretted his affair his whole life. Paul Newman was born Paul Leonard Newman on January 26, 1925, in Shaker Heights, Ohio, was a highly respected American actor, director, race car driver, philanthropist, and entrepreneur. Newman's remarkable career spanned more than 5 decades, making him one of the most enduring and versatile figures in Hollywood. Known for his striking good looks, piercing blue eyes, and immense talent, he was celebrated not only for his charismatic screen presence but also for his profound contributions to cinema, charitable endeavors, and beyond. His life was a tapestry of various passions that went far beyond acting, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Newman grew up in a middle-class Jewish and Catholic family, the son of a sporting goods store owner, Arthur Newman, and Teresa Newman. His early years were filled with sports, particularly football, and his involvement in school theater productions. These theatrical experiences sparked his passion for acting, although he initially set out on a more traditional path. He attended Ohio University but left when World War II began. Newman enlisted in the U.S. Navy, where he served as a radio operator in the Pacific. This experience shaped his disciplined approach to life and work, providing him with resilience and a strong sense of duty. After the war, Paul Newman pursued acting more seriously. He studied at the Yale School of Drama and later at the famed Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg, where his method acting skills were honed. His breakthrough came in 1954 with the Broadway production of Picnic, which led to his first film role in The Silver Chalice, 1954. Although the film was not well received, Newman's talent and perseverance caught the attention of industry insiders. It wasn't long before his career skyrocketed with films like Somebody Up There Likes Me, 1956, and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, 1958, where he starred alongside Elizabeth Taylor. The latter film earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Paul Newman's status as a Hollywood icon solidified throughout the 1960s and 1970s with legendary roles in films such as The Hustler, 1961, HUD, 1963, Cool Hand Luke, 1967, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969. His portrayal of morally complex, rebellious, and often anti-heroic characters resonated with audiences, making him a leading man of his generation. Newman's on-screen magnetism, combined with his depth and authenticity, allowed him to bring an emotional intensity to each role. His famous line, "What we've got here is failure to communicate," from Cool Hand Luke became one of the most quoted movie lines in history. His work in The Sting, 1973, and Slap Shot, 1977, also demonstrated his range, moving seamlessly from drama to comedy. One of the defining aspects of Paul Newman's career was his collaboration with his wife, actress Joanne Woodward, whom he married in 1958. Their partnership, both on and off the screen, became legendary. They starred together in numerous films, including The Long, Hot Summer, 1958, Paris Blues, 1961, and Mr. and Mrs. Bridge, 1990. Their marriage lasted 50 years until Newman's death in 2008, a rarity in Hollywood, and was often seen as a model of love and commitment. Together, they supported numerous charitable causes and helped raise awareness for various social issues. Newman's talents were not confined to acting. He ventured into directing, earning praise for films such as Rachel, 1968, starring his wife, which earned 4 Academy Award nominations. He also directed The Glass Menagerie, 1987, and Harry and Son, 1984. His eye for detail and sensitivity to human emotion carried over into his directing style, showcasing his ability to convey deep and complex stories. In addition to his artistic pursuits, Paul Newman was an accomplished race car driver. He developed a passion for auto racing in the 1970s after filming Winning, 1969, a movie about a race car driver. Newman not only competed in professional racing events, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans, but he also co-owned the successful Newman-Haas racing team in the Kart Championship Series. His dedication to racing was emblematic of his relentless pursuit of excellence in everything he did, whether on the track or in the film industry. Even as he aged, he continued racing well into his 70s, winning national championships. Perhaps one of Paul Newman's most enduring legacies lies in his philanthropic efforts. In 1982, he founded Newman's Own, a line of food products whose profits would be donated to charity. The company, starting with a simple salad dressing recipe, eventually expanded to include a wide range of products such as pasta sauces, popcorn, and lemonade. To date, Newman's Own has generated over $570 million for various charitable organizations, including education, environmental causes, and children's programs. One of his most beloved initiatives was the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp, a summer camp for children with serious illnesses, which continues to operate and provide joy to children worldwide. Despite his fame and fortune, Paul Newman remained refreshingly down to earth, avoiding the trappings of Hollywood's glitz and glamour. He was known for his humility, often deflecting praise and attributing his success to luck. He once famously said, "If I ever do a big biography, it'll be called Luck and Timing." Newman's humility and desire to contribute to the greater good made him not only a revered actor but also a beloved human being. His work on behalf of progressive political causes, including his advocacy for civil rights, nuclear disarmament, and support for the Democratic Party, reflected his deep concern for social justice. In 1986, Paul Newman won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in The Color of Money, 1986, a sequel to The Hustler. While Newman had been nominated multiple times, this win was considered long overdue. He was later honored with an Academy Honorary Award in 1985 and the prestigious Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award in 1994 for his charitable work. His career earned him 9 Oscar nominations in total, alongside numerous other accolades, including BAFTAs, Golden Globes, and Primetime Emmy Awards. Even in his later years, Newman's passion for his craft never waned. He continued acting in films like Road to Perdition, 2002, where he portrayed a crime boss, a role that earned him another Academy Award nomination. His final acting role was in the animated feature Cars, 2006, where he voiced the character Doc Hudson, introducing him to a new generation of fans. Paul Newman, the legendary actor and philanthropist, spent much of his life grappling with feelings of guilt over an affair that cast a shadow on his personal relationships, especially his first marriage. Despite his public image as a man of integrity and charm, Newman was deeply remorseful for the choices he made, particularly regarding his extramarital affair with actress Joanne Woodward. His remorse stemmed not only from the hurt it caused his first wife, Jackie Witt, but also from the personal anguish of betraying his own moral compass. The affair, which eventually led to the dissolution of his marriage to Witt, haunted him for years as he struggled to reconcile his actions with the ideals of loyalty and family that he held dear. Newman and Witt had married in 1949, long before he achieved stardom. Together, they had 3 children and by all accounts, Newman was a devoted husband and father. However, as his career in Hollywood began to rise, the pressures of fame and the temptations of the entertainment industry began to erode the stability of his family life. When he met Joanne Woodward in 1953 while working on the Broadway play Picnic, their chemistry was undeniable. Despite being married, Newman found himself drawn to Woodward in a way that he had never experienced before. This emotional connection quickly deepened, leading to a passionate affair that ultimately ended his marriage to Witt. The guilt Newman carried for this affair was not just about the breakup of his marriage. He deeply regretted the pain it caused his children, who were old enough to understand the turmoil between their parents. Newman was acutely aware of the emotional damage his actions inflicted on his family, particularly his first wife, who had supported him through the early struggles of his acting career. Even after his divorce from Witt and his subsequent marriage to Woodward in 1958, Newman never completely forgave himself for how the affair transpired. He once famously said, "I was probably more selfish and self-centered than most," acknowledging the destructive impact his infidelity had on those he cared about. Throughout his life, Newman sought to atone for his past mistakes, but the guilt remained a constant presence. He often spoke candidly about the affair, referring to it as the one thing he would change if he could rewrite his life. Despite his enduring love for Woodward, their marriage lasted over 5 decades until his death in 2008. He never fully shook the feeling that he had acted dishonorably. This guilt influenced many aspects of his life, from his dedication to charity work to his commitment to being a better father to his children from both marriages. Newman's philanthropic endeavors, particularly the establishment of Newman's Own, a charitable foundation that has donated millions to various causes, were perhaps part of his effort to balance the scales and make amends for his past. In the public eye, Paul Newman was a beloved figure, a handsome, talented actor with a reputation for kindness and humility. Yet behind this image was a man who never stopped wrestling with the consequences of his decisions. He understood that his affair, though born out of love for Woodward, was a betrayal of the values he cherished. Newman's regret over the affair stayed with him until the end of his life, a testament to his deep sense of responsibility and the emotional complexity of his personal relationships. Despite the happiness he eventually found with Woodward, the shadow of guilt was one he could never fully escape. Paul Newman passed away on September 26, 2008, at the age of 83, after a battle with lung cancer. His death marked the end of an era in Hollywood, as he was one of the last of the great leading men from the golden age of cinema. Tributes poured in from all over the world, with many praising not only his cinematic achievements but also his incredible humanitarian work. He left behind a legacy that extends far beyond his roles on screen, as his charitable contributions and philanthropic vision continue to make a lasting impact.